Hello everybody and welcome back for the new VR news. As always, I am Mateo311 and this is your one channel for everything VR related. Today, we're checking out new suits from bHaptics. We finally have some good news for PlayStation VR. And of course, we're going to be going over all the latest game updates, including an upcoming VR pirate game that just looks way too good to be true. Okay guys, let's not waste any more time and jump right into this. So let's start the game news with After the Fall. Now, as expected, this title has been delayed until sometime in 2021. Based on Vertigo Games' success with Arizona Sunshine, and the fact that this was a VR 4-person co-op title that looked very similar to Left 4 Dead, anticipation for this game was quite high. But between the radio silence and the acquisition of the Vertigo Games studio, most of us expected this game would be delayed. After all, we are pretty used to delays in 2020. Speaking of games in development, we got a teaser trailer for Z-Race. Now the trailer doesn't show off a lot of gameplay, but shows off some amazing car customization, and I know what you're thinking right now, where is the Mateo311 skinned vehicle? Don't worry guys, it is coming, it just didn't make it into this trailer. Z-Race is a zero-gravity, high-speed racing title that reminds me a little bit of a combination between Thumper and Mario Kart. It's scheduled to release for PSVR via Steam on January 13th. There's an upcoming closed beta, so hopefully I'll have more information for you guys in the near future. Speaking of new information, we recently received updates for Solaris Off-World Combat and InDeath Unchained. So we got a developer update from First Contact Entertainment showing off some new features they're getting ready to roll out. This includes the option to physically crouch to trigger off the slide mechanic. A squad system should finally be coming later this month. They're testing out unlimited sprint options, and they're working on additional enhancements to matchmaking, which should help speed up those long wait times by potentially enabling 3 vs 3 matches, or just keeping you entertained, allowing you to free roam the map and shoot your friends without taking damage. Now these are all nice updates, but I really wish they'd speed things up, because while Solaris Off-World Combat is actually much more my style than Population 1, I still play Population 1 every single day and haven't turned on Solaris in quite some time. Now if you're a fan of InDeath Unchained, you might want to turn that game back on just to check out the graphical improvements they've made for the Oculus Quest 2. The most notable feature is a greatly increased draw distance. So rather than the background world being completely engulfed in opaque fog, you'll now be able to see a lot more of those amazing gothic buildings further out in the distance. They've also been able to turn off the fixed foveated rendering, which previously had a tendency to break the overall immersion. There's also a lot more subtle updates to the fog and snow effects, which are some welcome touches. Speaking of updates, Powerbeats VR is not only leaving early access and entering a full release on November 18th, but it's also receiving some additional updates. If you're not familiar with Powerbeats, this is a rhythm-style fitness game which has you punching and dodging objects. The full release features the following updates: 12 new songs, a new song playlist feature, a new sky environment, and some additional statistics for you to help track your overall fitness level. Okay, so let's move into 2 stories that might be a little bit too good to be true, but I really hope they happen. And the first one is this game, Pirates VR Jolly Roger. We just got an overly cinematic game teaser trailer, and if this matches your VR experience, well then it's gonna be one of the best looking games in VR to date. We don't have too much information on the overall project, but it looks like you'll get to be a pirate doing pirate things. The trailer shows you climbing mountains, swimming through sunken pirate ships, exploring caves, and even running away from a shark and some type of specter. So we get a little bit more information from the Steam page. This is a linear story-driven campaign, obviously only playable on PSVR, and there's currently no release date available, but I am absolutely intrigued and will have to check this out in the future. So next up in pretty amazing news, Respawn, the developers for the upcoming Medal of Honor Above and Beyond, are going to attempt to port this game over to the Quest 2. Medal of Honor is an upcoming story-driven World War II shooter, which is releasing next month on December 11th, and it's currently only slated for PSVR. Now the game also features multiplayer, and my only fear is that a lot of changes will have to be made to the PC version in order to accommodate the Quest version, like we saw with Onward. There are pros and cons with the split development. Obviously, this adds to the player base in multiplayer, which can make or break a VR title. So if we end up needing a graphical downgrade to keep the player count up, well, I guess I'm okay with it. Okay, so let's move into some hardware news, starting with the PlayStation 5 and PlayStation VR. It's been fairly disappointing in regards to VR from Sony lately. There's been public statements that VR isn't an immediate focus, and it doesn't play a major part in the overall gaming industry. And until recently, we didn't hear anything in regards to PlayStation VR titles receiving updates for better performance on the PlayStation 5. Well, luckily that's recently changed, and we know Blood and Truth is receiving updates specific to the new PlayStation. This includes a higher resolution game, an increased frame rate up to 90 frames per second, the game will always use the highest detail level assets, and there's an improved texture quality. So if you've never played the title, like myself, once you upgrade to a PlayStation 5, might be the perfect time to check it out. So next up, if you were looking for some comfort options for your Oculus Quest 2, VR Cover has some new facial covers, and now they're gone. Yep. That's right, they are completely sold out. If you're not familiar with VR Cover, they offer alternative facial covers made from different materials. They have a silicone cover ideal for hygienics, and a 100% cotton cover designed for maximum comfort. Now, comfort is subjective, and my personal experience with VR Cover for the original Oculus Quest wasn't great, but I know a lot of people who rave about these covers, and as you can see, they are extremely popular. So if you are looking for a comfort mod, you might want to check back at VR Cover in a week or so to see if they have some more in stock. Speaking of items in stock, the HP Reverb G2 is here. That's right guys, people have started to receive their new headset. And while I'm not one of those people and can't speak to this product with first-hand knowledge, I can say that all the immediate reviews are very positive. If you're looking for a high-quality PSVR headset, don't have the money for a Valve Index, and have an issue with Facebook, this looks like the best new option. And speaking of new options, bHaptics is bringing us two brand new suits. The TAC-Suit X40 and X16 are now available for pre-order and will be shipping out sometime next month. The original DK3 suit has been discontinued, but don't worry, the new suits are an upgrade in almost every single way. The X40 features the same 40 ERM motors for haptic feedback that were included in the original suit, but now the battery life has been extended 3 additional hours, making it last a total of 18 hours, and now there's an additional audio port, allowing you to use this product with a lot more content. Using the audio port will translate sound effects into haptic feedback, which won't be as great as native support, but it's an amazing option. Now the X16 is a much more budget-friendly suit, coming in at $299 rather than $499, and the major difference is the number of haptic motors has been reduced from 40 down to 16. Now this will limit the overall strength and relative positional cues from the haptic system, but it's almost half the price, and you do get an additional 4 hours of battery runtime. The suit is also shorter in length, making it more ideal for seated play. Now I'm yet to experience a haptic suit, mainly because of that high price tag and not knowing how much use I'll actually get out of the product. So right now I'm eyeballing that X16 suit for my Christmas list. Okay everybody, that was today's new VR news. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, consider subscribing, and as always, I'll see you guys on next time.